Good evening, all.
Hi, good evening. Everyone.
Good evening.
Good evening, ma'am.
Yeah, very good evening. Okay, so let's start the
Good evening,
session.
ma'am.
Yeah, good evening. So what was the last session about? It was a like introductory session to inventory management and and its functions, right? Last week's session was the first session. That was the introductory session to inventory management. Am I right for you guys?
Yeah, inventory management, season 1.
Session 1, right? Okay, so I'm in the right track. Okay. In the session, we will see about what are the types of inventory, inventory management and its functions. I mean, the department and its functions, the needed importance of holding an inventory, and few limitations. So not like it's not it can we cannot say no it's always advantageous for any organization to hold inventory. So for a few companies or for on few aspects, the holding of inventories can be can be a disadvantage. So we are going to see that also. So let's start the session. First, we are going with the types of inventory. So we have here raw materials, components, work in progress, which is otherwise called as work in process. Both the terms are correct. Work in progress as well as work in process. Finished goods, maintenance, repair and operations. That is MRO, inventory, packing and packaging materials. So these are the basic 5 types or 6 types of inventories. Other than that, we have safety stock, decoupling, cycle inventory, service, transit, theoretical, and excess inventory. Okay, so let's see one by one. So these are the basic inventory types of inventory. Usually, any organization or any company would hold, even the warehouses. So only in case of production companies, that is the manufacturing companies, the safety stock, decoupling inventory, the cycle inventory, that would be maintained. So if it is just a warehouse, the raw materials to packing, packaging materials, that basic inventories, that would be maintained. Clear? So raw materials inventory, yes, we know very well. So unprocessed materials, unprocessed components, so which needs further processing to become a wholesome product. In few cases, these raw materials can be directly, delivered to the customers. I mean, the customers can purchase the raw materials directly for consumption. So, example, we have wood, not the crude oil, wood, vegetables, fruits, few food items, rice, grains, these items. Okay, so these can be these are the raw materials which can which doesn't need any processing to be done before delivering to the customers. The customers cannot directly buy as raw materials as well. And then we have work in progress or work in process inventory. So it refers to the semi-finished goods, that is the spare parts or half-finished goods, so which needs further processing or which needs further assembling to become a wholesome product, so that the customer can start using the product. So it applies to all industry as well. The wood industry, the furniture industry, it has work in progress inventory. And what do you say, like production units, it has work in progress or work in process. And even in warehouses, we have work in process inventory. So how in warehouses work in process inventory works out? So it refers to the process done on the products which is stored in the shelf. So what process is done on the products? Can you name a few? In warehouses where production is not happening, where manufacturing is not happening, where only storage is happening. So few processes are done on the stored goods. So can you name few? What can be done? No?
Maybe expiry date or all those stuff.
Checking on the, yes, yeah, stock checking. Yeah, checking on the expiry date. Yes. And then
maybe when required, they might be transferring it to the what do you say? You're asking that only, or you're asking actually what exactly they do at warehouse?
You're in the right track. Yes.
Yeah. So basically, they keep us a record of what stocks they have.
Checking the
if
stock
they are-
level.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Whenever the requirement comes, they will see the dispatch and transportation of all the goods. And secondly, if any damage, so that goes in the under scrap, sorry.
Scrap.
And
Yeah.
scraps. So
Okay.
packaging and moving, transportation on requirement, all those stuff is done there.
Very good. Excellent. So other than this, no, like quality checking is done on the inventory. Quality checking is done in the warehouse. The quality checking, packing and packaging, labeling. So these processes can be done on the inventory in the warehouses. On the on upon the request from the company. Say if in case the company has outsourced the warehouse operations to a third party agency, that is, the warehouse is not the company's own warehouse. Okay, so in that case, upon the company's request, the warehouse manpower, no, the people in the warehouse can carry on with the operations of quality checking, packing and packaging, labeling, the other things. Whereas if the company has its own warehouse, that is, if the company is storing their products in its own warehouse, so it's mandatory for the warehouse, employees to do these processes. Am I clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. So only if it is not the warehousing part is only if it is outsourced to a third party agency. Usually we call it as 3PL, third party logistics provider. That is where warehousing and transportation is outsourced to a third party agency. Okay. So in those cases, the warehouse people doesn't have to do all these activities. There is only the storage is the responsibility of the warehouse people. But quality checking, no, the packing, packaging, labeling. So this can be done upon the request from the company side, provided the company has to pay more for doing these activities. Other than the storage cost, the company has to pay more for quality checking for other processes. So this is how it happens. So as I said, the work in progress inventory, if it is a manufacturing unit, so the products used for production, or which is in the production line, or ready to be used in the production line. So that is a work in process or work in progress inventory. Whereas in warehouses, the work in progress inventory is considered all the inventory which is kept ready for quality checking, or taken out from the shelf, taken out from the storage shelf for packing, packaging, or barcode attaching, or for scanning, or for labeling, whatever the process is done. And then we have finished goods inventory. So this is completed goods, which can be directly used by the customers. And finished goods, it doesn't need any further processing at all. Usually, retailers call these finished goods as merchandising. So you might have heard this term, merchandising. Yeah. So, and then we have MRO inventory, that is maintenance, repair, and operating supplies. The screwdrivers, the oil, oil and grease for doing maintenance work on the machines, and the spanners, and whatever the testing, the electricity testifiers, and all these things. So these things come under MRO, a maintenance, repair, and operating supply. So this is also considered as a part of inventory by the company, both in warehouse as well as the production unit. And then we have packing materials inventory. So packing and packaging is a separate, separate entity or a separate sector sector in supply chain industry. So if you take supply chain industry, you have procurement sector, you have transportation sector, you have this warehousing, storage, like those sectors, and you have documentation. For doing documentation alone, there are many companies in SCM industry. So like accountants, like chartered accountants, like only for doing documentation alone. You have like packing and packaging, companies, especially doing packing and packaging things for like this SCM industry. I mean, companies in SCM industry. And we have like labeling department, not the labeling department labeling companies also, because they design the label according to the customer's preference. Here customer means the companies. So for labeling company, the customer is the company which gives a product for processing. So for labeling, the company has to give the details about like what should be the color of the label, which is to be attached to their product. So what should be the font size, how the design has to come, where the company logo has to be like on the label. So all these, what all the information has to be seen on the label, what should be the size of the label, length, breadth. So everything, so labeling industry, labeling companies, we have many labeling companies, especially doing the labeling work, especially for like SCM industry. So there are various sectors. So as I said, SCM is a supply chain management. It's like a vast ocean. The logistic industry is a vast ocean. Logistic refers only to the transportation part. Transport, the moving of like goods from one end to the other end. So logistic refers to that thing. Whereas from procurement till the last mile distribution, everything comes under supply chain management. So these are the main types of inventory in any organization, whether it is like production house or whether it is like warehouse, any types of like type of industry, you can see these kind of inventory. So now few inventories, what you're going to see now is like usually these inventories is always like maintained in the production unit. Not these inventory are not required in warehousing unit, but for production unit these inventory is required. That is buffer stock. They are also called as safety stock. So this stock, this is always kept in the shelf. So in case of sudden stock out situations, sometimes there may be a stock out situation. So in that few stock, which is like to be ready for production, it may be during the process of production, some stock may get damaged, or some stock may be found defective at the time of like production. So in those cases, like the process shouldn't stop. So to carry on with the process, all the companies, production companies, they do always have a safety stock like ready with them, buffer stock. And anticipation inventory to meet the current demands, like other than the safety stock, anticipation stock is maintained during the season times. That is like present current demands. If they want to meet like anticipation, more inventory can be kept during the season time. So those inventory are called as anticipation inventory. Decoupling inventory is like if there is a sudden slowdown or a stoppage in the production due to like a machine breakdown, and the expected stock cannot be produced at the end of the day. So in those cases, decoupling inventory can be used. Cycle inventory is like something which a company always maintains throughout the year. They don't use it unless and until there is a time unless and until it is required. Okay, so these inventory replaces the older ones. That is, if the inventory, say a buffer inventory or an anticipation inventory or a decoupling inventory, if they feel those inventories have become outdated or lost its quality, so in that case a cycle inventory is always used. It replaces the older items. So service inventory refers to the service that's no like completely intangible. It cannot be touched, but no can be only experienced and felt. So this is no like example I have given. So take any type of service sector, whether it's hospital, a hotel, or an educational institution. So for example, if a hotel with 10 rooms, no, like have a service inventory, so they can provide 71 night stays each week. So that is a service inventory they are providing with the existing resources they have. What is the existing resource? 10 rooms. So for 1 week, they can provide 70 single night stays. And then we have transit inventory or pipeline inventory. Both are one and the same. So this refers to the inventory which is no in the transportation, no, on the way to the customer. So the product has been taken out from the warehouse. It is on the transportation vehicle. It is on the way to the customer. So that is transit inventory or pipeline inventory. Okay, here there is a small difference. I mean, few production companies or supply chain companies, logistic companies, they have a a small line of difference. No, they maintain a small line of difference between transit and pipeline. So transit inventory, they refer to it as inventory in transportation. Pipeline inventory, they refer to as the order has been placed by the customer, and the company or the the producer or the supply chain company, whatever, no, the logistic company or the warehouse provider. So after receiving the order from the customer, these companies, no, so they set aside a quantity, a number of units, no, specifically for sending to these customers. So once they have allotted that, the specific number of inventory or specific number of finished goods, so that is called as pipeline inventory, and it doesn't have to be on the transportation vehicle. So that is a difference. Okay, but if you take for example, theoretically, both are one and the same, transit and pipeline. But to be if you check on very intensely and if you want to know the clear difference between pipeline and transit, so this is the difference. Transit inventory, the inventory on the transportation vehicle, whereas the pipeline inventory, order has been received from the customer and the provider has set aside the product which has to be sent to the customer. And that set aside product, it necessarily doesn't need to have be necessarily doesn't have to be on the transportation vehicle. Clear? Is it clear, the difference between transit and pipeline?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay, fine. And then theoretical inventory. So theoretical inventory, this inventory, the company always keeps as a safety stock or buffer stock or whatever. The only difference between buffer stock and this theoretical inventory is the buffer stock can be made to can be taken for processing, even though if there is no use for there is no necessary for taking the buffer stock. So for example, say 10 units of one particular component, it's kept in the factory floor as a buffer stock. So the production went on very well, so there is no damage or nothing has there is no stock out situation happened in the factory floor. So all the units have been produced, but still there is 10 units in the safety stock shelf. So during the next line of production, this safety stock can be made use. It can be made use. And again, but again, another 10 units of the safety stock, it should be replenished in that particular storage unit. So this is how it works. But theoretical inventory or book inventory, the product, the inventory will not be taken out from the shelf at all. So it will be always remaining in the shelf for a longer period of time. So only if it is required, the company takes that to the production floor. Otherwise, the products always sits on the factory floor So after some time, if the product loses its quality or no, the product gets damaged or no, like if the company feels no, like this is an outdated inventory, so we can no have no like something no new inventory no which has come recently to the market. In those cases, this theoretical inventory no whatever it is, it's considered as a dead stock and it be no like this disposed. So that is the difference between a buffer stock and the theoretical inventory. That is buffer inventory and the theoretical inventory. And excess inventory. So excess inventory, what happens? Like the factory, the company produces more. So more than the normal, like production units, anticipating, the upcoming demand or upcoming season. So predicting that, the customers will buy more. The company produces more, or sometimes the raw materials may be available at very cheaper cost. So in those cases, they buy more. The company buys like procures more raw materials, and like all the raw materials like almost all the raw materials is like processed as like as a like a complete product, and all the completed products or the semi-finished goods it's kept in the warehouse, it's kept in the storage unit. So there is an excess inventory. So the people maybe like at least 5,000 people maybe demanding more, but the company would have produced like 10,000 units. So after the movement of 5,000 units, the remaining 5,000 units it remains as a dead stock. Dead stock is something like which is not demanded by the customer or which is not demanded by the market anymore, because it's outdated or like nobody wants it anymore. And reasons may be many, like new product has like come into the market with better quality and like at a cheaper price. And many reasons. Because of this like the inventory which is already staying in the warehouse or the storage unit, it becomes a dead stock. So to avoid the dead stock, it's already it's otherwise called as obsolete stock, dead stock or obsolete stock. So this dead stock is like it's a severe loss to the company. So the warehouse people or the like the company has to like take measures to make sure like no product like no unit in the storage unit will become a dead stock. So they can use any marketing strategy like buy one get one offer, or buy one get two, or like decrease the price of the existing like the left out inventory. And they can try to push the inventory to the market, they can try to push the inventory to the customer. So that's always better like otherwise the that's all the products it will go as a scrap, which is a heavy loss to the company. And finally, reverse inventory or sales return inventory. That is the customer receive the product but like returns back the product. The customer would have received a wrong item, defective item, a damaged item, or it might have been sent to a wrong customer, or to a wrong address or wrong delivery address. And the customer might have received the product very lately. So these may be the reasons, like, so the customer doesn't want the product anymore, so cancels it and like sends back the product, like asks a delivery person or asks a company to take back the product and return the money or whatever. So these goods are also considered as dead stock or dead inventory. So this is also again a loss to the company. So it's the company's responsibility or the warehouse manager's responsibility, like to make sure no product is like left in the storage unit as dead stock. So immediately it has to be evacuated from the storage unit. Either it has to be like sent to the market, sold to the customer as like as a free piece along with the fast moving product, or it can be like sold at cheaper rates, or if there is like no other possibility, the items has to be discarded. Or sometimes the company may have a like R&D division, that is research and development department or division. So in those cases like those people, R&D people like come for help. Okay, So what they will do is, along with the existing product, they will try to add more value to this dead stock. So they may now try to increase the quality, or try to add more units to the existing package. Say for example, if a biscuit packet which has become a dead stock, but still it has a lifespan, life shelf life for another 6 months. So instead of 10 biscuits in a in a packet, they will come with 12 biscuits in a packet. So that's just a value added processing. Okay, and they will otherwise they will go with the beautiful packaging. They will change the color of the packaging to attract the customers, especially these food items, like biscuits, chocolates, and all. It attracts the kids more. The younger generation gets attracted towards a package, the color, or like if they see a cartoon character on the the packaging, so they feel like buying the product. So these kind of tricks is followed by the companies to move the dead stock out of the storage units. It has to be done because it's a heavy loss to the company. Clear?
Yes,
Is
ma'am.
it clear? Okay.
Reverse, yeah,
Yes,
ma'am.
ma'am.
Reverse
Yes, ma'am.
inventory.
So anything
Reverse
you want
inventory
to?
is clear, ma'am.
Reverse inventory is clear. So which
It's
is not clear?
no, I mean, reverse inventory is especially facing for online business. They are
Yeah,
facing this problem.
not only online, like it applies to any business. Even the retailers or the wholesalers,
Eh,
they also send back the products to the factory. Uh,
Yeah,
yeah, because uh sometimes during the transportation, during because of mishandling of the package, they receive the package from the storage unit, the complete carton, which is having 50 to 100 units of a product. The carton will be damaged, it will be opened. So in those cases, even the wholesalers, the supermarket people, I mean the owners of the supermarkets, or retailers, distributors, they can also return back the product to the company, because they are the ultimate customers, right? So finally again they will sell the products to the final customers, so they also will return the product. So to be to brush up, so these are the basic 5 types of inventory: raw materials, work in progress or work in process, finished goods, MRO supplies, packing materials. Okay, so this 5 types is applicable for both production unit as well as warehouse unit. Whereas this buffer inventory, anticipation, decoupling, cycling, service, transit, theoretical, excess, dead stock, dead inventory, reverse inventory, or reverse logistics. Like when it is logistics, it comes as reverse logistics. So these inventory, mostly you can find it only in the factory. That is only the production flow. Yeah. Okay.
Okay, ma'am.
So importance of inventory. Why do we need inventory? Why should we have storage? Storage of these raw materials. Why should inventory be maintained? So many factories, many assembling units, have come up with just-in-time technique. You know what is just-in-time? Have you heard of this term?
No, but
Just-in-time.
maybe like on
J
emergency, like at the-
JIT technique. JIT. It's very famous. No, actually, Japanese invented this technique, just-in-time technique. I think for in Toyota car manufacturing. No, in their premises in Toyota car manufacturing premises in Japan. So JIT was introduced there, I think. So I'm not very sure. So it was introduced in Japan in some automobile
Yes,
industry
ma'am.
to avoid
Toyota had
inventory.
invented this method.
Sorry.
Yes, ma'am. Toyota had invented this method for their production lines.
Oh, okay, fine. Okay, thank you. Yeah. So just-in-time inventory means delivering the raw materials or delivering the inventory needed for the production just before the production starts, just before the processing starts. So in these cases, no, like there is no need for any storage unit, or there is no need for no like any warehouse for the production unit. There is no need at all. Okay, so whoever is the no like supplier of the raw material or supplier of the semi-finished goods, no, like they can no like send in the products just before the process no gets started in the production unit. So this is called just in time technique, JIT technique. So this is no like very famous in no like Japanese automobile industry. It's very famous. Now they have no like many automobile industry no like have come up no in India as well, and many automobile assembling units no or practicing JIT technique. I have seen it on my no own in Chennai. In Chennai there is what do you say, like I forgot the place. It's somewhere no like outskirts of Chennai. So that is the assembling unit of an automobile automobile company. So I so like no like we can see many trucks no with the spare parts needed for the assembling of the car. So many trucks no like it will be no waiting outside the factory, that is outside the automobile factory premises near the gates. Okay, so an information will come from the inside of the factory to the gatekeeper. So once he gets a permission, he will open the gates and allow only few trucks inside. That is, those few trucks will be having the required semi-finished goods, that is required spare parts for assembling a limited number of cars. Not for no like not all the trucks are no like asked to enter into the factory premises, only limited number, maybe no like 5 or 6 trucks no is allowed on no like one at a time. I mean on a time, on one single time. And no like those trucks will be having the required spare parts for assembling a limited number of units of car for one day. So the other trucks no will be waiting outside. So once no like the assembling of cars no is done, no like maybe after no like 2 or 3 hours, maybe no maybe or 50 to 100 units. So then the remaining trucks no they are no sent inside. Another 5 to 6 trucks are sent inside. So only before the assembling process starts, the trucks with the spare parts no get into the production floor, not in the, I mean, get into the factory premises. So this is called just-in-time technique. Okay, but we need inventory, we need storage, we need no like a warehouse unit for storing the product. Why do we need that? This cannot be, this just-in-time cannot be no applied for all the products. Yeah, so it's very difficult, right? So why do we need it? Why do we need inventory? Why do we need no like storage, no like pre-storage of no like all these raw materials, semi-finished, finished goods? Yes.
It helps to smooth the process
For
whenever
the
the
process.
requirements
Yes,
are
if
there.
it is readily available in shell, anytime, no, it can
Yeah.
be taken. Yes, thank you.
Yes. So
Yeah.
At the end moment, they are not in trouble, like, to save time also.
Obviously.
To avoid some service interruption, no need to wait.
Service interruption.
To
Excellent.
get
Thank
large
you.
volume.
Sorry?
To get large volume of sales.
Large volume of sales. Okay.
Also forecasting the production and to analyze the inventory, and accordingly they can forecast the
They
production
can
and maybe
forecast the
order.
production, forecast the demand, and no like do the
Yes.
production. Okay, very good. Yes.
Maybe pricing we can increase or discounts.
Very good. Very good. Okay. Okay. So let's see one by one. To even out supply chain imbalances, that is no like if you're no like ordering a product online, or no you're no like stepping into no like a distributors, no like for example an electronic distributors, you're planning to buy an AC or buy a new refrigerator, no. So if there is a no like supply chain imbalance, no, whether no the imbalance can happen in no like the packaging, or it may take no like it may happen in the transportation, or it may happen in the service no they are providing to us. So whatever no like so customers, we are not happy, right? So we expect no that to reach no like reach us by within some specific time, within some prescribed time. If it is not no reaching us no within that time, so you're not a happy customer. So to even out any supply chain imbalances, so the products are already bought and no like readily kept in the shelf. So ensure high speed and zero defect supply chain. So high speed, no, we are happy customers, no, when we get the product, no, at high speeds. For example, if I'm ordering something online, say kurti or no, like whatever, no, like any accessories, and if I'm getting it, no, within 1 or 2 days, no, I'm a happy customer. So if I'm getting it, no, after 10 or 15 days, I'm not happy at all, because no, like I need it no like as soon as possible, so that no like I can no start using the product. So high speed delivery no like that is expected by the customer. So if that to be that's if the high speed delivery has to take place, the product should be readily available in the shelf. To consolidate product as per customer or location. So consolidation, sorting, and no like this packaging, labeling, quality checking, no like everything can't be done in the production floor itself. Once a product has been produced, so there may not be enough space to carry on these processes. That is consolidation or no like packaging or labeling. So there may be not enough space in the factory location, or there may not be no like enough workers for no doing these activities in the factory location, or they may not be having enough time to do these activities in the factory location, because another batch will be no readily waiting for the processing. So in those cases no like immediately the product has been produced, the products will be no like moved to the inventory storage unit or to the warehouse unit, and there those people will take care of this consolidation or no like sorting, and other processing like quality checking, barcode fixing, whatever, packaging, labeling, everything, no, those people will take care. So there is no congestion in the factory, there is no congestion in the production floor. Okay, so for that reason we need no like inventory premises, or we need no like a separate space no for storage of no the products which has been freshly produced. To achieve economies of scale, yes, you know what is economies of scale, right? Like most of you would have known. So that is no like if it is no like economy of scale in transportation means transporting bulk products, no like maximum products in one go to reduce transportation cost. So if economy of scale is in production, it means producing maximum number of units in one go to reduce the production cost. So that is economy of scale. So to transport maximum number of products no within one go, there should be maximum number of products no readily available in the shelf. So for that reason we need inventory. To store excess products, as I said, sometimes raw materials cost no like it may come down, transportation cost no like it may be no like feasible for the companies. So in those cases more products are procured by the company, so those more products no like they need a space to storage unit to store these more products, excess products. Or even if all the products are used for production, all the produced products no they need some space to store these produced products. So for that reason, yes, of course we need inventory place. To reduce response time to market, that is called lead time, the market time, that is the time taken between placement of an order and receiving the order. That is the time taken between order placement and order fulfillment. Okay, that's called lead time or market time. So as a customer, I'll be happy if the lead time is no like very small, I mean no like very much decreased. So if it is no like very long, the lead time is very long, I'm getting the product no after Onam gets over, I'm not a happy customer at all. So as soon as I receive a product, no, so fast I receive a product, I'm a happy customer. So to do value added processing, as I told, no, like adding some more quality, or no, like changing the packaging or changing the way the product looks, no. If the product, no, like the company fears the products are going to be a dead stock, if they want, no, like move the product out of the factory floor immediately to the market, so value added processing can be done. So these value added processing can be done, no, like with the help of the available inventory which is stored in the warehouse to achieve postponement strategy. So few companies, no, they follow postponement strategy, that is postponing the production process until the customer orders the product. You might have heard about Acer computers. So Acer computers does this. They don't have, no, like they don't assemble the laptops and, no, like all their electronic, products readily available in the shelf. No, they don't do it. They will be having the, no, like required spare parts, no, like available in their storage unit. So after receiving the customer order, after the product has been ordered by the customer or ordered by some distributors, showroom owners, so then they will, know, like take the product out from the spare parts out from the shelf, and they will, know, like start assembling the system, and they immediately deliver to the their, like distributors or to the showroom owners. So this is how Acer computers work. So postponing the final assembly or postponing the final production. So for this thing, no, like the product should always be, like readily available, so that immediately the customer places the product, immediately the product can be taken out from the shelf, and assembling and processing can be done and be sent to the customer. To ease inventory management and aggregate forecasting, as no, like someone told, to do the forecasting, to carry out pricing and labeling activities instead of doing at point of sale. Point of sale is something where the actual sale happens. So in supermarkets, it is the billing desk, where the sale is happening. You're paying for the product what you have purchased. So in case of online retailing, so sometimes you pay online, you make the payment online. So that is a point of sale. Or you take, you take this what cash on delivery option, and the product is not delivered at your doorstep, and there you are making the payment. So your doorstep is the point of sale, where the actual sale happens. So in the point of sale, at the point of sale, we cannot, like do these activities, the labeling, pricing, everything can't be done. So it has to be, like done readily, in the production floor or in the warehouse floor. Once a product has been, readily, made available to the customer. Once a product has been, set aside for that particular customer. So for these reasons, we needed inventory flow to stockpile the products needed for the next season. So we cannot say what the customers will demand, how much more the customers will demand. So how long the demand will be, in the market. So when it is going to change, like nobody can predict it. So it's better to like stockpile the product, in the inventory flow. So for these reasons, we need the inventory, that is the storage unit. Storage unit, like we need, the required number of the required units of inventory readily available. Clear? Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah. Okay. And then
I would like to add one more points, ma'am.
Joby, please. Is it Joby? Can you mute your
Joby.
audio? Oh, Joby,
Yeah,
you're speaking. Okay. Somebody has
sorry, it's my roommate is speaking. Sorry.
Okay. Yeah.
Yeah, ma'am. This inventory is is based on the industries, like for trading purposes, like trading and other industries. But for specific industries, this won't be applicable. Example, construction industries or like adult manufacturing industries, which are the items which are producing or manufacturing based on the orders, or like when the client is giving and order only, they will start the fabrication of those or what or those things. So I will suggest it to be a industry based or a product based for the inventory management will be work if it's smoothly work to be effective.
Okay, I completely understand. See now, the what you said that that infrastructure industries like construction industries. Yes. So
Yes.
nowadays construction industries, no, like they do have no like contract, or they do have no like a memorandum of understanding between no the providers. Maybe no like what do you require no like in the construction of a building. You need bricks, you need the paint, and you need light fixtures, electricity, like electrical fixtures. You need the floorings, and you need some interiors, right? You need some furnitures. So each and no like all these things, no, all these stuff, all these goods, no, like whoever is a no like producer of no, or whoever is uh the the agencies or the companies no who offers these products, no, like the construction companies, no, they already have no like they prefer few of those companies. Okay, for example, there is a company called Apasami Real Estate. Apasami Real Estate, you know, like they are very famous construction builders, no, in Chennai. um so they always do business with no like one particular clients. I mean, no, if it is for flooring, they always no go to that particular client, because that particular client no provide all type of flooring materials, no, from granite, or from no like you have marbles or many things, right? So they always go with that particular agency or that particular people. So in those cases, the construction company doesn't have to hold the inventory. So since they are the clients, no, that particular that provider, no, who's providing the flooring solutions to the construction company, so they can be considered as the providers. I mean, they can be considered as the people who has to store the inventory readily available, so that anytime the construction company no ask for it, it can be immediately
Yeah.
given to the company.
Yeah, ma'am, I'm working on a door manufacturing industry company where my
Which
clients
sorry, which company?
door manufacturing industry
Oh,
and door
door
fittings.
manufacturing. Okay, okay.
Yeah. So we won't stock any materials. Like there's no stock for us. Like there will be only work in progress for us.
Okay.
And like because like our each orders or each product is 100% customized, because there is no like a unified product, because the size of the building or the size of the openings of the door,
Customized. Okay,
yeah,
customized
everything
product.
is
Okay.
customized. Yeah, it's very customized for it. There will not be a defined or unique product for certain industries. This is for like for me, in my case, it's steel door and wooden door, and there are rolling shutters for us and smoking curtains, which will be based on the sizes. And there will be in UAE, there will be like as per the civil defense,
Yeah, okay,
there
okay.
will be
So you
fire
cannot
rating.
hold
Yeah,
inventory. Yes, there is no use of holding the inventory
inventory. Yeah,
in case
because
of
there are some
customizable product.
specifications.
Yes.
Yeah, there will be a civil defense and fire ratings for the each item, which as per the requirements from the client or the civil defense of the local authority.
Okay. So we can take it as no like you are following the just-in-time technique. So you
Yeah,
don't have no like, yes, you don't follow no like any inventory keeping system, or you don't have any storage unit. So you're just following whatever no like Acer computers, no, like once no like you get the order, then you know like start with the
right,
yes,
right.
assembling or manufacturing. Yes.
But still, ma'am, we can use the inventory system like any construction industry. They have always the machineries and all.
Yeah, of course. I mean,
Okay, so that's why
again, no,
we
like
can
it's
understand.
see, we cannot see there is no such thing no as mandatory that construction industries has to go on with these policies or procedures. Okay,
Yeah.
or the
So,
manufacturing industry has to go. So it's
As my
completely dependent upon the management's decision of the company. If they want to hold the inventory, they can hold it. Otherwise, if they just want to go with just-in-time technique, they cannot go with it. And
yeah,
few
like my
companies, like they don't follow just-in-time, they don't follow any warehousing. They go for like direct sale to the customer. I mean, once I have produced a product, they direct sale to the customer. So in that case, there is no inventory management, there is no warehousing, nothing comes in between. Okay, so that also happens. Yes, so it's companies' management's decision how they want to cater their customers.
correct.
Yeah. Okay, so coming back, these are the functions of like inventory management, the department. Joby, you can mute your audio. Arshad, you can also mute your audio. So doing a market study, that is like checking for the availability of the best product or like the quality product at a reasonable prices. Okay, so go on checking for like where it is available. So doing a market study and procuring the product which is very feasible for the company. Ordering like different vendors like after confirming the material or after confirming who has to be the the supplier. So ordering how many units is required. Handling the items during the transportation, during procurement, during the storage. So handling the product, and finally processing and selling. So the selling can be it can be B2B, that is business to business. And in case of raw materials and like semi-finished, it can be from business to another business. And in case of like raw materials and finished goods, it can be from B2C, business to customers. And it can be customers to business, few customers to business, and it can be from customers to customers as well. For example, if you take the postal department, which were like in use like a few years before, it's from customers to customers. There is no like business transactions going on. It was like completely the messages, the information that was being transported from one customer to another customer. So C2C, that was also in practice. So what are the disadvantages? That is the limitations of like holding the inventory, overstocking. Yeah, as the raw material prices go down, companies like they procure more and like overstock the product. Or like anticipating or like forecasting that like that maybe like in another 1 or 2 months the demand may be like more. So in that case like they may procure more product or produce more product and keep it as like as stock in their storage unit. So overstocking. So if the product, few of the product doesn't move to the customer or like it doesn't gets moved to the market, so that becomes a dead stock, so or obsolete stock. Okay, so that is the limitation we have. It occupies space. Okay, like as I said, like that the car assembling company, in Chennai, like. So there is no like space for any storage unit. So it's a vast, it looks like a vast, I mean, a vast football ground, like with the flooring and with the ceiling. That's it. Okay, so not even the ceiling. The ceiling was something, like different. Their ceiling was something different, not the concrete ceiling, but that was like something different. So like there is no like occupying of space, like. So the manpower, that is the employees in the factory floor, can move freely and move the like produced goods according to their like our accessibility. And the need for a warehouse. So only if you like keep the inventory, you should like search for a warehouse. You should construct a warehouse. A company has to have a own warehouse, or they have to like rent a warehouse or take a lease on the warehouse. So if there is no need for no like storage of inventory, there is no need for warehouse at all. So, and the damages and accidents, no, like that happens a lot. That happens a lot in no like warehouses and no production floors. Just because of the no like products which is being mishandled, which is being no like spilled on the floor, or no like what do you say, no like the people know like who are handling the product, they don't use proper material handling equipments, so they handle it with no like very frivolity, and so they don't know how to handle the product. So because of that, the product gets damaged, and because of the product, people gets no like people know like get into accidents. It may cause severe damage to the floor, cause severe damage to the people, no like inside the factory floor. So these are the disadvantages. These are the limitations actually of having. So depend again, as I said, so depending on the area, square feet, I mean the area of the company, or depending upon the analyzing the cost, that is the capital or the cost being invested in like storing of the inventory, and also like depending upon the product which is being produced, like, or the service which is being given. So the management can decide whether to hold the inventory or not. It's completely up to their hands. Is it clear?
Yes, ma'am.
Yeah.
Yes, ma'am.
So do you have any doubts?
None so far.
Okay, that's great. So you will get the this material. Okay, so I'll be sharing it with you. So meet you in the next session. Have a great weekend. Bye-bye.
You too, ma'am.
you,
Have a
ma'am.
great
Thank
day.
you, ma'am.
Thank you.
Thank you, ma'am.
Thank you so much.
Thank you, ma'am. Thank you, ma'am.
You, ma'am.
Better to share the recorded version as well.
Oh, okay. That you need to know, like check from the representative.
All right. Thank you so
Yeah.
much.
Yes. Thank you.